Gay cinema has come a long way, from hidden emotional classics to bold, modern love stories that are changing everything. In this video, I'm taking you through the best gay movies of all time, mixing timeless classics with powerful modern hits you absolutely need to watch. Trust me, some of these will stay with you forever. First up is a psychological thriller drama set in London, which centers on an undocumented Albanian immigrant, Nick Zelilic, targeting a group of people who shaped his life adversely. This is an average film, but features Zelilic, a striking, young Albanian actor whose beauty keeps you transfixed on the revengeful journey of his character. A visually rich and emotionally layered film that blends fantasy with deeply human struggles, set against a dreamy, almost surreal backdrop. What really makes this film stand out is its atmosphere. It's poetic, intimate, and at times hauntingly beautiful. There's a softness in how it explores relationships, especially queer identity, without forcing drama, letting moments breathe naturally. Next up is Strapped. Desire and desperation collide during a tense night in the shadowed corners of Los Angeles. A struggling man agrees to meet a mysterious stranger for a paid encounter, unaware that the evening will slowly spiral into a dangerous game of control, fear, and moral uncertainty. What begins as a simple arrangement driven by money soon reveals deeper emotional scars, loneliness, and a fragile line between power and vulnerability. B.J. Britt delivers a quiet yet intense performance, while Andrew J. West brings a subtle menace layered with surprising depth. As the night unfolds within a confined space, conversation becomes just as threatening as violence, forcing both men to confront who they really are and what they might be willing to do in order to survive. Dark, intimate, and unsettling, this movie examines the intersection of sexuality, poverty, and danger, showing how quickly closeness can shift into a battle for control. Next up is Wild Reads. This is a tender, introspective journey into the fragile world of adolescence, where identity, love, and longing intertwine against the backdrop of political unrest in 1960s France. The film follows Francois, a young student navigating the uncertainties of his heart, as he discovers feelings that both illuminate and complicate his path to adulthood. Together, their lives form a delicate triangle of friendship, attraction, and discovery, portraying the universal struggle of growing up and defining oneself in a world full of expectations. The beauty of Wild Reads lies in its authenticity. Director André Tachine crafts every moment with honesty and restraint, allowing silence, glances, and unspoken emotions to speak volumes. The French countryside becomes more than a setting. It is a mirror of change, filled with both serenity and storm. A landmark of LGBTQ+ cinema, Wild Reads is not just a love story, but a portrait of youth at its most vulnerable and luminous. 30 years later, it continues to resonate as a film about courage, tenderness, and the timeless search for truth in the human heart. Next up is Twilight Dancers. This is a raw and uncompromising look into Manila's underground world of male dancers, survival, and desire. Following a group of young men navigating poverty, exploitation, and fleeting dreams, the film strips away glamour to reveal the harsh realities behind the nightlife scene. Director Mel Kyonglo presents the story with gritty realism, using explicit imagery not to shock, but to emphasize vulnerability and the thin line between agency and exploitation. Beneath its provocative surface lies a deeply human narrative about masculinity, longing, and the cost of chasing escape in a society that offers few choices. Bleak, intimate, and emotionally heavy, Twilight Dancers stands as an important piece of Philippine queer cinema, unflinching in its honesty and powerful in its social commentary. Next up is Beyond the Walls. When two young men from different emotional worlds form an intense and fragile connection that challenges their understanding of love, identity, and freedom. Paolo is quiet, introspective, and guarded, while Iller is passionate, impulsive, and searching for belonging. When their paths cross, attraction quickly deepens into a relationship that is as tender as it is volatile. As their bond grows, unspoken fears, social pressures, and inner conflicts begin to surface, pushing both men to confront who they are beyond the expectations imposed on them. Guillaume Guix delivers a raw and vulnerable performance as a man struggling with emotional intimacy, while Madeline Maliarakis brings restless energy and longing to his role. Intimate, honest, and emotionally resonant, Beyond the Walls is a poignant exploration of desire, connection, and the quiet battles fought within the heart. Next up is Esprit de Corps. Now, this is a provocative and intense Filipino indie film that explores desire, power, and masculinity within a rigid military environment. Set inside a training camp, the film follows young soldiers whose suppressed emotions and unspoken longings collide with strict discipline and authority. The movie is unapologetically bold, using its confined setting to heighten tension and expose the fragile boundaries between camaraderie, control, and forbidden attraction. Performances feel raw and confrontational, emphasizing the psychological strain of living in a system where vulnerability is forbidden and dominance is rewarded. Uncomfortable, daring, and deliberately unsettling, Esprit de Corps stands out as a fearless piece of Philippine queer cinema, one that challenges traditional ideas of masculinity and leaves a lingering sense of unease long after it ends. Next up is I Love You More. This is an intimate, tender portrait of first love shaped by timing, distance, and emotional vulnerability. Set over the course of a fleeting summer, the film follows two young men who form a deep connection that feels both inevitable and fragile. As their bond intensifies, unspoken fears, past wounds, and a looming reality of separation begin to surface. What starts as effortless affection slowly becomes a test of honesty, challenging both to confront what they truly want and how much they are willing to risk for love. Softly paced and emotionally sincere, I Love You More captures the ache of loving someone when certainty is impossible, and how some connections, no matter how brief, leave a permanent imprint on the heart. Next up, we have Consequences. This is a raw, emotionally charged coming-of-age drama that explores masculinity, desire, and moral ambiguity within the confines of a juvenile detention center in Slovenia. Matej Zimljic stars as Andre, a troubled teenager sent to the institution after a violent incident where power dynamics and unspoken rules govern survival. There, Andre forms a volatile bond with Željko, an older inmate whose dominance masks deep vulnerability. As attraction, jealousy, and aggression collide, Andre is forced to confront his own capacity for violence and intimacy. Unflinching and intimate, Consequences portrays adolescence as a dangerous threshold where identity is forged through pain, longing, and irreversible choices. Next up, Too Cool to Be Forgotten. Set in suburban Manila, Too Cool to Be Forgotten, 2016, is a tender, low-key coming-of-age drama about friendship, first love, and the quiet ache of growing up. Two high school boys, outsiders in different ways, form an unexpected bond that slowly reshapes how they see themselves and the world around them. As their friendship deepens into something more intimate, moments of joy are shadowed by the realities of family pressure, social class, and emotional distance. What remains unspoken becomes just as important as what is confessed. Gentle, observant, and emotionally restrained, Too Cool to Be Forgotten captures the fleeting beauty of youth, where connection is fragile and being remembered can feel just as frightening as being forgotten. Now, Sugar is a provocative and challenging coming-of-age drama that explores desire, identity, and the fragile boundary between innocence and experience. The film follows Cliff, a restless boy growing up in the quiet suburbs, whose sheltered life is disrupted when he meets Butch, a street hustler on the brink of turning 18. As their paths cross, Butch pulls Cliff into an unfamiliar world, raw, dangerous, and intoxicating, forcing him to confront realities far removed from the safety of his upbringing. The encounter becomes a turning point, reshaping Cliff's understanding of himself and leaving a lasting mark on his journey into adulthood. Directed by John Palmer, Sugar approaches its subject matter with an unflinching eye. The film captures a moment of transition where curiosity collides with consequence. Sugar stands as a bold, unsettling portrait of adolescence. And honestly, this is just the beginning. There's so many more incredible gay films out there that deserve the spotlight. Hit like, subscribe for more, and drop your favorite below. See you in the next one.